Hello my crafty friends and creators from around the globe. Welcome back to the studio. DJ here with Hither and Yon Studio. And today I thought we would work on a fun little project that's super quick and can be used in a number of different journal types, depending on the paper you use. So I was making this folio, and as I was working through it, I needed something really skinny for one of the pages here because I wanted to put something else here. So I found on Pinterest this fun little quick pocket, and it's got 3 pockets, though I have another version in here that's 2 pockets, or rather 1 pocket with a flip out. So it can be customized a couple of different ways, and so I thought we'd just make one of these real quick, or a couple, and then I'll show you some options for some other things that you can use. I'm going to use in this video some of my off prints from some paper that I'll be designing for the Etsy store. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm on Etsy, but I also have my own shop off Etsy. So if you want to save from the Etsy prices on some of the items, anything that's over 99 cents, I take an extra $1 off on my own shop on my website because I'm trying to grow that. And so if you're interested in my products and you want to save a little money and the items are over 99 cents, then you usually get a discounted rate without a coupon or anything on my site at hitherandyanstudio.com. So I hope you will check that out if you're interested. So these will be going up probably within the week. There's a series of rose type papers, and I'm just working on the coloring. So that's why I have these off prints. And so I thought we'd use these, and these have been cut to 8.5, no, I'm sorry. They were printed on 8.5 by 11, and I trimmed them down to 8 by 10 for this project. And the reason that I did that is because of that white border thing. And you want to have something that is divisible by 3 or 4, however many pockets you're going to have. So here I have 3 pockets, so there's actually 4 like individual pieces, and it's all cut from one sheet. So we're not cutting individual pieces. This is all going to be cut from one sheet. And if you use like a 12 by 12 or something else, you can, you know, get a wider pocket. This was cut from 8.5 by 11, which I trimmed down to the same 8 by 10. And so these here are 2.5 inches, I believe. Just gonna check. Oh, this one's 3, so... Oh, I cut this from 12 by 12, that's right, because this is a 12 by 12 pack. And for anybody that's interested, let me just grab this pack for you. So this is the paper pack I was using on this design. If you're interested, it's from Prima, and it is called Tales of You and Me, and that is the item and SKU number if you wanted it. And it's got a lot of pretty papers in here, front and back. I just love it's like a very vintagey distressed rose. So that's the pack I use for this folio. And okay, so that was made from 12 by 12, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and each one was a 3-inch fold. So these are super easy. Let's make one. From the 8 by 10, we're just going to do 2.5 for each of the creases. So I'll start with this first one, and this is going to be the height. So you'll want to make sure that it's fitting, New York in me. It's fitting in your journal. So, you know, get out your journal if you're going to put it in there, and just make sure it's going to fit on your page. If not, just trim it down, because this side is not as important. This way is what you want it to be in multiples. You want it to be easily divisible in multiples of whatever number of folds. So I made it easy on myself because math and me, you know, sometimes we have moments. So I'm going to score this, and you can just fold it, mark it and fold it if you don't have a scoreboard. All right. Don't want to wreck my, this nail I broke the other day, and this nail I just broke literally an hour ago. So it's like the universe says, you're going to make a video? Oh, let me break your nails. Okay. So I'm trying not to break any more. Let's go 2.5, and we're going to do that all the way across. So we'll do the 2.5, the 5, the 7.5, and that will leave us. So each one of these squares here is going to be 2.5 inches. Super simple. And now you want to decide if you want to do the fold out one, like I have here, or if you want to do the full pocket one. So this one's completely attached, though you could make it a side tuck or even leave the top open and make another pocket there. That would be great. So if you're going to do the fold out one, then you want to leave these two intact, and then you want to cut from where this middle score line is down to about, let's say, 2.5 inches up. Okay, so you might want to mark it at 2.5 inches, and then you're just going to score across from that center score line to that area. So let me mark it. And I'm just going to go a little above so I can cut it out. And in case you can't see it, this is my center score line right there. And then this is, yeah, sure. This is my 2.5 mark right there. I'm sorry if it's hard to see on camera. But, okay, so I am not going to do the flip out on this one. But if you are, that's your cut. Now I'm going to do the full pocket one. So I actually want to mark from my first score line, my first 2.5 inch mark right there. And then I can leave this one the same. So I'm just going to cut, and I'll draw it in. We're just going to cut a line from there to the mark we made at 2.5 inches on the far right. So we're just going to cut there. Now again, if you're doing the other one, you are cutting here. Like so. So it's just, you want to make sure that you're on that score mark. All right, so I'm going to cut mine here. I'm just going to use my trimmer and line this up. And you want to be precise on that crease because you'll have overhang otherwise. Okay, so I cut that whole piece there, and now the rest is easy peasy lemon squeezy. So choose which side you want for what, though if you don't like it once you fold it, you can unfold it and do it the other way. And now we're just going to fold along the creases, and I'm just going to get out my folder here and make them nice and crisp. And it looks like I did not trim this one well, so I'm probably going to go the other way with this. But that's it. How simple is that? All right, so let me just, I want to, oh no, I definitely, oh yeah, I do. I want to go this way. So I'm just going to refold it the other way, which, and it's good to have two-sided paper because then you have some contrast. So if you don't have two-sided paper and it's white on the other side, you can stamp, or you can use your inks, or you can paint it. So that, now this one's going the opposite way, I believe, of how this one went. So, oh no, it's actually the same. All right, I lied. But I guess you could find a way to fold it the opposite way. Let's see. Yeah, so that would be the opposite. So depending on how you want to use it, though I don't think those folds matter much for anything. And then it's all about the decorating. So, well, first you got to glue it. And like I said, since this one is not going to be a flip out, we're just going to glue all of it up. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom. And what glue do I want? Let me just use, nope, some PVA because it's quicker. And so for this first little flap, you want to open it, and then you're just going to glue down this side and this side like that. So that is our first pocket. So this is still open. And of course, if you're going to ink, which I'm not going to do on camera, but if you are going to ink, this is the time you want to ink before you glue it, okay? Not now, before you do any gluing at all. Okay, so now we glued this one down. We're opening this one. We're going to glue along this area. All right, we're making that second pocket like so. All right, so now we have those two pockets glued down, and then we're just going to do this last flap. So we are gluing the bottom and up the side like so. And you take your time. And yeah. And so now you can sew it if you'd like, which I did, and I love the way that the sewing looks, but if you're not a sewer, you don't have to sew. But so I just sewed a straight stitch all the way around it. After I glued it, I went and stitched it, and then you can add a decoration here. This paper I would definitely ink up, even if it was a colored ink, just because, as you can see, it's hard to tell where the pockets are. But so you have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and then depending on how you glue it down, you can either have a pocket up here or you can leave it open in the side for a tuck. Super easy and lots of fun. You can make a bunch of these really quick. So if you do mass makes, you could make these. These would make great bookmark gifts. So you could put some notes or tags, or maybe even some die cut flowers out of here, decorate the back, and then give this to somebody as a bookmark with some goodies inside. I thought that was awesome. Let's make another one. This time we'll ink it up, and you guys get to watch me ink. Isn't that fun? I know you're looking forward to that. So this time we'll make the flip out one. And I think, let's see, what do we have? We'll do the same sizes. And since this is also 10, okay, so I'm going to do 2.5 and 5 and 7.5. All right, and then let's do our 2.5. Let's mark that. This doesn't matter what side. So 1, 2.5 is here. All right, so I marked it up this side 2.5, and this measurement, it doesn't matter. You can make it. You can go all the way down to here. It's just going to be skinnier. It'll just come down further here. So depending on how you do it, it's just going to make these a little different. So, all right, so let's do this one. We're gonna leave these two intact, and I'm actually gonna cut on that center line this time, all right? So right there, I'm just gonna draw a quick line. All right, and get out my paper cutter. This one is Fisker's. It's very old. I think they still make them though. This is my favorite. The other one I had was gifted to me by my mother-in-law, and it works great, but it's like it's hard to maneuver the paper, so I went back to my Fiskars. Okay, so now we have this, and we want to pick which side we're going to use for what and which direction it's going to flip out. So I'm going to have mine flip this way. That means I'm going to fold this panel under, right? So that when it's laying down, it'll flip this way. But if you want it to go the other way, then you just do the opposite, all right? So let's do that. Hope everybody is having a great day. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time crafting with me. I hope you're enjoying these videos. And if you have any ideas for videos in the future, or you want to learn something new, let me know. All right, so this is folded up. And now I'm just going to do a little inking, just some light inking. And yeah, we'll chat. So it is Tuesday here while I'm recording this, and I'll probably put this up today, actually. So I know I haven't done a video in a while. I'm sorry. It's been super busy the whole Easter, and then we had really nice weather, so I was out doing a lot of gardening stuff and getting the yard in shape. Getting stuff out of the greenhouse and into the garden. I know it's a bit early, but I'm betting on Mother Nature giving me a break and no more freezes this year, though I can just move stuff in if I need to. Yeah, so I've been outdoors. We don't blow the leaves or rake them in the fall, because we like to let them settle on the ground and, you know, give nutrients to the soil. So we do that in the spring, and there's so many leaves, and I mulch them and make, you know, compost and leaf mulch out of them, but still, there's just so many. So we have this bank on the back of the property, and we just kind of push them over the bank, and, you know, it kind of fills it in. It's just a wooded area there. All right, so now I have to do this side. And so, yeah, but there were so many leaves. And it's just crazy. I mean, you wouldn't imagine. It took, I think, like 2 weekends to get all the leaves. Granted, we weren't doing it every day, or all day every day. But it just took so long. And, yeah, but it's finally done. Yay! And so now I can get on with my, you know, other stuff out there. Pruned a bunch of forsythia bushes, which just were getting completely out of hand. They're gorgeous, but once they start to take over, it becomes crazy. All right, so let's see, are we done? Yes, because this is going to be glued. Don't need to do that. That's done. Perfect. All right, so we are done with that, and now we're going to glue. So we're going to open this little flap first and glue down the side here and across to here and glue that in place. And you can see here I have, it's not as even. You can go ahead and, you know, take your time and fix that up. I'm going to sew down this, and it just is not a big deal to me. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Nope. I'm going for it. So there is our second pocket. So we have 2 pockets, a flip out, and now what we can do is we have some scrap here. So if you'd like, you can make another pocket in here. Let's see, this is going to flip this way. So we could put another pocket. So let me even this off. I'm going to use my craft knife for this one. And good. Let's see, even this up on here and cut it right there. All right, and then that can work as a little pocket there. So that'll be fun. We'll put a little pocket notch so we know it's a pocket there. And then ink, 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 especially where I didn't cut so well. And let's see. And then that can go right there. Just want to make sure it's going to close well, good. And so what I would do is probably stitch, like open it this way and stitch around, though you don't have to, before I put the pocket on. And then you'll have some stitching on this side, though I guess it doesn't matter, you could do it both ways. I'm not going to stitch it right now, so I'm just going to glue it down. Like so. Oops. Right, like that. And so now we have a lot of pockets. So it's just one sheet of paper, but this can fit in so many spots. I'm just looking for something here. Let's see, will this fit? Maybe? No, of course not. Here, this will fit. Okay, we'll just show you where the pockets are. So yeah, so you can put a tall, skinny piece here, tag, or whatever it is that you'd like to use. And then you have a pocket here, and you have a pocket here. And depending on how you glue down this flip out piece, you could have a tuck here or another pocket here. So lots of pockets from one little piece of paper. I love, love, love this little project. Okay, so some other options, which we won't make these, but I just wanted to show you. If you wanted to do a wider, even if you use 12 by 12 and you make it 3, the widest you're going to get it is 4. And this I think is 4. Yeah, this is 4. But you would only get 3 out of, say, a 12 by 12 piece of paper. But if you use something wider, in this case, I used a paper bag. So this went well beyond, this one is 16, should be, yeah, 16 inches. But you could go further. You could go to 20 if you got a paper bag that's that wide, or you open it a certain way. So you can use, this was a great, you know, I thought this worked well to make it a wider pocket. And if you use something like wrapping paper, like if you have double-sided wrapping paper, then you can make these as wide and as many pockets as will fit. Though I think after you get into 4 or 5 pockets, it kind of gets a little wonky looking. But, so that's an option. And I love to be able to reuse the paper bag, and it looks great distressed. I mean, I could now stamp on this with black or brown ink and, you know, dress it up. And it's a paper bag. I also have some vintage pages here. So this is a page from a vintage dictionary, obviously a French book, and an etiquette book, all vintage sheets. So if you have some of these sheets laying around, okay, yeah, so those are your different options. Super quick project. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you make any. I'd love to see them. You can share them on my Hither and Jan Create Space on Facebook. That's our Create Space group. So you can just search Hither and Jan Create Space. You can also link to it from the Facebook page if you're watching this on the Facebook page. You can follow me on Instagram at Hither and Jan Studios, and all of those links are in the description below. If you like this video, I hope you'll share it, and if you're interested in more videos like this, you can subscribe and hit that bell so that you are notified when new videos are released. Thanks for stopping by and sharing your time with me. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.